What does your financial freedom cost you? Is it $1 million or more? A lot of people don't take the time to figure out the answer to this very important question. We're going to figure out what financial freedom costs you and the simple things you can do to achieve it. On top of that, I'm going to show you how easy it is for the average person to become a millionaire. This is Naresh with Grind Policy, and this video is for anyone trying to be financially free. That means at most being able to go where you want, do what you want, how you want, within the confines of the law, of course, but all without having to worry about your finances. Not having to worry about waking up the next morning for a job that you don't really want to go to. Who doesn't want to be financially free? The problem is, again, there aren't enough people trying to figure out what their financial freedom will cost them, especially younger people. The whole process is so much easier the younger you start. So if you know anyone younger who should be thinking about their financial freedom, then go ahead and point them to this video. So you want to know how to become financially free. I have 5 simple steps for you. And it starts with number 1, planning for your retirement. Now, retirement isn't just for people over the age of 60 or 65. It's actually the key component to your financial freedom. Grind policy number 40, retirement is financial freedom planning. After all, retirement just means you're done working to make ends meet. Some people continue on working for the fun of it, and that's fine, but you can essentially retire early if you got what it costs. Aha! So let's figure out what it will cost you. A good way to start is to look at your bills as they are right now. Total them up. You're gonna wanna add in every little thing there. Mortgage, rent, all your different insurances, car payments, all your bills, including any subscription services. Now add in what you would spend on things like gas or groceries and every other expense you have in any given month. And just remember this, it's okay to overestimate a little. This is gonna be your total monthly expenditure. Now if you multiply that amount by 12 months, you're obviously gonna get your approximate yearly expenditure. This is how much money you're gonna need in a year to cover costs and not have to worry about it. Multiply this number by the years that you might want to calculate for. This will give you an idea of how much money you might need in that amount of time. So for instance, let's just say I want to retire at 65 and I expect to live to 90. That would mean I would need to save for 25 years worth. And now if I calculated that my monthly expenditure is $2,500 and I multiplied it by 12 months and then multiplied that by 25 years, that would equal $750,000 just to cover my normal monthly billing for 25 years. If I expected nothing to really change cost-wise. Did I mention that was just to cover bills? Yeah. If these numbers surprise you, then I'm glad you are hearing it. Most people are not saving enough money to be financially free, let alone just to retire. In fact, the average retirement account right now is only $200,000. That's nowhere near enough money. These people have to live quite small and maybe even have to depend on others for help. If your bills are $2,500, this money would only last 8.5 years. And is it really freedom if you can't do anything and all your money's tied up? We haven't even calculated what it would cost you if you had a little spare change just for yourself to do the things you love to do every now and then. My goal here is to help you not be one of those people. That's what this video is for. So as we go back to our calculations, what we're gonna do is actually add in $1,000 a month extra just for you to spend. You can do a lot with the extra $1,000 a month, right? Now that changes the overall total to $1,050,000. So yes, you would need to be a millionaire by the time you're 65. Now, your numbers might be a little different though. You might have a little more money to play with if, let's say, your house is paid off. And if you're at 65, that's hopefully going to be the case. You also might have more expenses if your desired lifestyle is more luxurious. But that's the point. Take the time to figure out what your desired lifestyle is and what those numbers are in order to figure out how much financial freedom will cost you. Now, financial freedom shouldn't be starting at 65. We all know we want to be free a lot sooner than that. So start filling some of the blanks. Calculate for any number of years before 65 to get an idea of how much you need. If I wanted to retire tomorrow, yeah, I would need money to last me roughly 55 years. That's about $2,310,000 for me, at minimum. Now, I know a lot of y'all are watching this video like, damn, Naresh, looks like I'm never gonna be free. But I'm here to tell you that the average person can be a millionaire. It's completely possible without having to win any lotteries. Now, just a quick disclaimer, I'm not a financial advisor. If you want assistance on what you need to do with your money, the advice I'm going to give you is just general knowledge. Seek a professional financial advisor to see exactly where you want to place your money for your needs. Now, there are different roads to becoming a millionaire, but to do it, you need to start putting money aside. More importantly, instead of working for your money, also have your money work for you. Personally, I want to save $1,000 a month. That's my goal. But other people can't save that amount, which is understandable, and I've been there. But let's talk about a more doable amount, like $300 a month. If I save $300 a month for 35 years, I would have $126,000. However, if I save that same amount of money in an account that earns a 10% return rate, you now have a whopping $1,019,637.30. Nuts. Yes, you would be a millionaire. You went from $100,000 to $1 million just by putting your money in the right place. So what are the right places? I promise it's not some magical fairy tale Wall Street come up. The places are right in front of you and accessible to mostly everyone. Of course, there's no guarantee of a 10% return rate, or any return rate for that matter. But did you know 401ks and IRAs earn, on average, 6%? These are some of the places that you want to start putting your money. If it's available to you with your employer, do a 401k, or if you can do an IRA or a Roth IRA, all these are retirement accounts that will help you save your money and be financially free. Free. For example, $300 a month for 35 years at the 6% equals $412,000. And as you progress in life, you will hopefully move up in the world. So you could start doing $300 and then move on to much higher numbers. But this is why I encourage you all to start a retirement account early. It's step one to reaching your financial freedom. Retirement accounts are some of the safer options of where you can put your money where it will grow. And it will grow substantially more than if you were to just leave it in your normal bank account. I have my retirement account and I'm still aiming to save more money on top of that. Some of you might invest in stocks. Maybe accounts like the S&P 500, which has earned an average of 10% for the last 50 years. Just know that there are different pros and cons, depending what you're putting your money in, stocks versus retirement accounts, which I won't go into in this video. But there are safer options in stocks that do earn a 10% return rate over the long haul. Now, I want you to keep this in mind. At different ages, you should be aiming to save different amounts. I base these amounts that I'm going to show you off of my own living situations in the past, things I should have done, and what I project may be possible for anyone earning around $55,000 per year as they reach closer to the retirement age. Now, as you can see, these amounts are doable. 18 to 25, you can save about $100 a month from working a part-time job while you're in college. And these calculations are based on the average 6% return on IRAs and 401ks. So putting this money in some form of retirement account will likely give you these results or something close to it. So at the age of 25, you should have earned a total of $10,346. And of course, if you can do more, don't hesitate to do it. Now, from 25 to 35, you would save $250 a month, totaling out at $59,174. Now, these savings around this time of your life might be a little low to some of you, but that's because we're still talking about retirement accounts. With most retirement accounts, you can't just take the money out whenever you're ready to pay for something like a house or a wedding. If you do, you might have to pay some penalty fees. And again, that depends on the type of retirement account you have. So if you're saving a little extra on the side for those things, then that's fine. Now, if you have kids, they will likely put a dent in your budget, but money can't replace the happiness you'll get from your children. Right, mom and dad? The same goes for the ages 35 to 45, where you only put away $500 a month. There should be a little breathing room here for most of you for saving for other expenses outside of these accounts. But what you would have saved by this time period is $187,161. Now from 45 to 55, there's a big jump. Most people, as you get closer to retirement, will end up putting more money in your account per month to really bolster those numbers. You should be saving about $850 a month at this point. This will give you $473,279 in total by this time. Now lastly, from 55 to 65, you want to save $950 a month, giving you the grand total of $1,001,921. You would be a millionaire. It sounds nuts, right? But completely possible. And the absolute crazy part is, ladies and gentlemen, the numbers increase exponentially if you earn higher than a 6% return. If you earn anywhere 7, 8, 9, or even 10, if you earn a 10% return rate, those same numbers will equal out to over $3 million. And again, throughout the years, if you start getting a little extra money here and there from just whatever birthdays or tax returns, and you add those to your contributions, these numbers start to go way up. For me personally, I'm trying to do everything I can to max out my contributions. I have more than one retirement account aside from my own personal savings. But if I can get to putting $1,000 a month into it, I'll have earned over $1 million and would likely retire early and be financially free. If you guys want to know how all this math is even calculated, I used an online calculator, an online investment calculator. It would automatically crunch the numbers for all of you. All you got to do is input your expected return rate, monthly contributions, and there's a link below where you could go and test it out yourself. I encourage you to use it and play with those numbers because it's important to visualize what you can do, what is actually possible. And the key takeaway of this video is that you can be a millionaire. People who earn the average income in America can be a millionaire and live financially free. Everything else you do outside of these accounts to help you reach financial freedom faster is a plus. This would include step number 2, paying off debts and staying out of debt. Debt can take some time to pay off, but once you do, you can take that amount that you used to pay towards your debt and add it to your contributions. Plus, you'll have better peace of mind and you're gonna feel so much better about your money. Now, step number 3, the cheaper your cost of living, the easier it will be to save for financial freedom. Not living too far out of your means is very important. Try to keep all your bills lower than half your total income, if possible. People talk about different ratios and rules, but I don't know how everyone can downsize their living expenses to meet those ratios when they're just not getting paid enough. For instance, the 50-30-20 rule. 50% should go toward necessities, 30% goes to discretionary items, and 20% should go to your savings. It's a good rule, but I know for me that was difficult. I wasn't making much at a time of my life, but I had to live on my own. And let's say I was making about $2,000 a month, but the apartment alone cost me half my pay. After the car payments, insurance, phone bills, student loans, groceries, gas, I was barely scraping by. Eventually, I opted to rent a room for $600 in a house of strangers. The living situation was definitely less than ideal, but I needed to do it to make ends meet. Sometimes you just gotta do what it takes to really pinch those pennies wherever you can, especially when you're first starting out, because it's worth it. The more money you have in these accounts, the more money it will earn. But that's why it's important to keep pursuing your goals and get to a place where you can make those ratios happen. Keep moving up in the world. I'm in a much better place than where I started now. Lastly, pursue your passions. Financial freedom is a lot easier when you do what you love for a living. Because if you love what you do, you're gonna keep doing it and you'll likely do it well and it will show and you'll end up doing well. Also, you won't need to worry about financial freedom for the purpose of getting away from your job, reducing the overall cost of what you might need because you might plan on continuing to pursue your passions to whatever age and still earn an income from it. So start putting your money in the right places. Have your money work for you. If you have debt, it's my personal opinion to pay them off, but not at the expense of not starting these accounts as early as you can. If you don't want to set up a retirement account, still consider things like a Roth IRA or investing it in with the help of a financial advisor who can point you to some safe stock options. Try to reduce your expenses to live within what you can afford in order to maximize your contributions to your investments. The more money you have in your investments, the more money you will end up making. Pursue your passions. No longer work a day in your life by doing what you love, but you gotta start now. Do yourself that favor. Your future self deserves it. Guys, if you enjoyed this video, please hit that subscribe button right there, and just know that Grind Policy is a channel that's dedicated to helping you. All our content is gonna be created for the purpose of helping you reach your goals and having your dreams come true. We're gonna be coming out with all kinds of motivational content. Please check that out. It's on our channel and it's all there. It's creative and motivating and inspiring to light that fire in your soul so your grind don't stop.